Hello and welcome to the Development Lab. It's our last one for this course. So this does not have any microscopic images, so yay that. Everything is going to be models or definitions, so kind of the things that you've come to expect, key terms, prefixes, suffixes. You will need to know different parts of the fetal circulation model. I have a short video on that already posted. Otherwise, you can click on the lab manual link, as well as images here and here. You'll notice my note, ignore the starfish images. And so if you click on that, where it'll take you is right here. Those are the starfish ones I'm telling you, just ignore these. Anything that says starfish on them, you are not a starfish. Do not care. Where you will start is here in the Human Development Series model, and you'll see these are nice labeled images. What you're seeing here, here's that oocyte, here's that zona pellucida right around it, the corona radiata, here's a little sperm cell working its way to fertilizing it, and you'll notice here it's fertilized. You can kind of see what's happening as we go. And then obviously that fertilized cell will start to divide, so you go to a 2-cell stage, 4-cell stage, 8-cell stage, so on and so forth. And then what you're seeing in the models that look like this is now this blastocyst is starting to embed itself into the uterine lining, and that's what you're seeing here. So it's starting to embed itself into the endometrium. And as it embeds itself into the endometrium, that endometrium gets a different name. We start giving it the term decidua. And you'll see this term Decidua basalis, Decidua capsularis, and Decidua parietalis. So, but for right now, it's just the base decidua, as again, this blastocyst, which is that whole little structure, little ball, is embedding its way into the endometrial layer. And then here you can see it's totally wrapped in, or it's fully embedded, maybe I should say, in the endometrial layer. So again, we have that Decidua basalis right here at the base. And then what's kind of forming a cap around the implanted embryo is the Decidua capsularis. And you can click on all these images to make them larger too, by the way. And then you'll notice that as the embryo develops more and more, it'll have more and more structures. So here's the embryo, you'll have the yolk sac. This will become part of the digestive organs. So here you can see it again. There's a little yolk sac. Blood vessels start forming, which will eventually form the placenta, so on and so forth. So you can see some of these. What you'll notice in these plaques, there is not much difference from what you saw earlier. A lot of these terms are the same. So there's an ovary, ovum, ovulation, corpus hemorrhagicum, luteum, albicans, primary follicle. So all of that, these are all the same terms. So again, as I mentioned to you, lots and lots of repetition. Okay, these are slightly different models. These are images of freestanding models, not just kind of these flat purple plaques. Again, a lot of the same terms, Decidua basalis, embryo, capsularis, so all of that. Decidua parietalis will be part of the endometrium. That's not the basalis and not the capsularis, is parietalis, right? Let's see what else. So you can kind of see how the embryo is growing, 2nd month, 3rd month, 5th month. And then the key thing for these that are in this 5th month phase, as well as these other ones, is that when it's laying with the face down, that's considered the prone position. If it is butt down, that is the breech position. If it is lying face up, that is a dorsal position. And then head down is the way you want the baby to be, especially as you're getting into the 7th month and it's becoming more and more fully developed, so that it can get out head first, right? And then this one is pretty self-explanatory. This is a uterus with twins in it. Okay, so you'll see some other plaques. There's a 4-month fetus plaque. I'm going to tell you right now, don't worry so much. I'm not going to ask you what week these little images are. It's really not important. Otherwise, the terms here are going to be repeats. Again, more repeat in terms. There'll be some more repeat in terms here. This one will have a close-up of the placenta with the different structures from the maternal side coming this way, as well as the fetal side coming this way. And if we were to click on the other link, it'll take us to this website, which is our Google Drive that has our labeled images. So if you click on any of those, and let me again try to adjust my frame here. It's pretty much the exact same images you saw before, but with some of the background taken out. So maybe hopefully they'll be a little bit easier to see. But again, all of these terms are going to be the same. It's just a slightly different model. Okay, so here are just slightly different images of the ones you saw just a moment ago. So as you can click through these, hopefully it'll make sense. You should be doing the lecture portion as well, which should also help tie into the lab. But if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out.